Welcome back to the Purple Pod on the KSU Nation YouTube, the best K-State podcast out there. I'm Stevie B.
I'm Kenny G.
In today's episode, we have a different type of episode. We're going to be talking about our Big 12 power rankings as we look forward to Week 6. We're going to give our score predictions for Week 6 in the Big 12. We're also going to read some mean comments. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Everyone that's a Big 12 fan, please like and subscribe to our channel. That is the one thing we are missing right now in terms of getting to monetization. We got all the views, all the watch hours, but we really need people to subscribe, Kenny.
Yeah, so like Steve said, this is actually going to help our channel out a lot. We'll be able to perhaps even produce more content for you if we do get more subscribers, because then we would be monetized, and everyone is happy when they're monetized, and it just helps us out being able to continue giving you guys this really juicy commentary on what's going on in the Big 12, but from a K-State perspective, K-State fans perspective. But Steve already kind of went over the itinerary of this stream. Today we're going to be doing some comment answers. I mean, we love it when you guys watch the live show and you put the comments in the live show. That's why it's really important for you guys to subscribe and like and share the videos and stuff like that to spread the word, because when we go live and you're subscribed, you'll get notifications that we're live, and then you can actually join in to the chat and actually post your comments live, and you can get in real time response, like right away, like live response. That way you don't have to like sit there and wait for us to comment back. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, so like we're going to be reading these mean comments first. And if you are
mean,
subscribed,
they're not mean, Steve, come on. They're not mean comments. They're critical comments that we want to address. We want to address these comments in a respectful way, because
and if they were subscribed, they'd be in a live chat right now and asking all these questions, these same questions, and even more, you know? So
exactly.
Please make sure you guys like, subscribe, tell your friends, all of that. We got thousands of views. If we got everyone that watched our channel to subscribe, we'd be doing really good right now. We'd be doing really, really good. So, Kenny, let's go ahead and get right into this. And yeah, shout out to the Royals who won 1-0 today against Orioles.
We'll get into it. Steve, make sure you turn down your volume just a hair. There's like some peaking going on a little bit there, but that should be solid after that.
Shout out to Kenny for hooking me up with a new microphone. So
yeah, I got the same microphone as well. Not this one, but like it was like a set of microphones that you can use to, like, if they're like lav mics. But Royals, I have to say this, Steve, my entire family, there it is. My entire family is from New Jersey. Literally everyone in my family, my dad's side, my mom's side, they all are born in New Jersey. A lot of them still live there. So I'm a Yankees fan. Okay. Like you can't live near the city like that close and not be a New Jersey Devils fan and a Yankees fan. I mean, you just have to be. Now I understand the Yankees, like everyone hates the Yankees, but I can't help it. Right. But I don't really watch baseball like that. And football was never really in our families. Like that, we never watched football until we moved out to Kansas, and where I'd never really had a team. My grandfather was a big Jets fan.
It should be the Royals, man. It definitely should be the Royals, because
no. I'm talking about
bad for years.
I'm talking about
football.
Football. I'm talking about football. I baseball. My family was solidified. Like everybody in my family is a Yankees fan, and that's what they watched. And then like there's a pocket of my family that watches hockey, and the New Jersey Devils was like the team to be there because we're all from New Jersey. But no one really watched football like that. I mean, what I was about to say is my grandfather used to be a huge Jets fan, and just because like he was my grandpa, I just wanted to the Jets. Like I'm a Jets fan because my grandpa's a Jets fan. But realistically, when I actually got to choose, I was like, well, I live out in Kansas. It makes sense to root for the home team. So I became a Chiefs fan at a really young age. I think that was back in like 2004. like 2000. Well, actually earlier than that, like 2001, I think 2000. I was 11 or 12 years old when I became a Chiefs fan. And it's been rough to be a Chiefs fan for those early parts of the years. It only became really great to be a Chiefs fan now. Like, but anyway, above all that, put that all aside. We're going to talk about K-State, okay? Because that's really what this podcast is about. Because above all the other teams that I really support, K-State is the one that's really like near and dear to my heart. But just wanted to answer that. Yeah, Royals. I have to. I like. It's like almost like a non an autonomical response. Where is that the word I'm using? Is that the right way to say that word? Where you kind of like when someone like goes for your face, you kind of like you do this like instant reaction. When somebody says "Yeah, Royals," I have like that instant reaction to be like,
Right.
"No, I'm a Yankees fan." Like I'm supposed to be a Yankees
bandwagon.
fan. Like,
bandwagon. I know you're not.
It's not a bandwagon. I've never been a bandwagoner ever in my life.
Ever. Well, shout out to the Royals for winning today. So let's get right into these comments. I don't know if we're going to read every one of them, but
we're going to read every single comment. No.
We're going to read a bunch of these and then power rank the Big 12 and then pick week 6.
Just so you know, Steve, I'm not wearing any pants.
Dude, that's the best kind of pants is no pants. Okay, so this is from at Dan Johnson 8556. Funny how all BYU's opponents just happen to be doing everything to themselves. Yeah, so I will say
there's some sarcasm in this. I feel like
there is a little sarcasm into that one, Dan.
It's all text, but I'm sensing a little sarcasm in this text here, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I'm going to say to that. Shout out to BYU for basically taking advantage of all of K-State's gifts that they gave them, because there was a lot. Punt return, touchdown that they muffed and figured out how to get to the edge. All the turnovers. I mean, DJ Giddens has, I don't think, ever fumbled, maybe just once in his entire career. We know Avery Johnson likes to take care of the football. I mean, he scored 5 touchdowns this past week, and K-State didn't score any against BYU. It was a little fluky, but BYU, shout out to them for always taking advantage of everything that was given to them. Very Bill Snyder-like, honestly.
So there's a lot of different things that went into this game that we were, before the game even happened, we were like kind of worried because it was a super late game. It's in Provo, which that's a really tough environment to play in. The elevation might have been a factor. All these different components, right? Now, a lot of the comments, and we could kind of sum it all into this thing where BYU went down to Baylor and took care of business in Baylor. And it's like, well, they weren't in Provo, so like, what's your excuse now for K-State? It's like, well, we can say that it was uncharacteristic of K-State to lose like they did to BYU, because the week before we dominated Arizona. We gave them a touchdown. Arizona just beat Utah, which is arguably the number 1 team in the Big 12.
And there's a comment about that too that we will get to. I promise. There's a comment about Cam Rising and if Utah would have won. We are going to get to that comment.
Right. So it's like Utah is projected to have arguably the best defense in the country, and yet Arizona scores 20 on them, and Utah, Arizona scores 20 on them. Utah only scored, what was it, like 10 or something like that on Arizona, but we can score like 30 something on Arizona.
Arizona won 23-10.
23-10, but we beat them like 30 something to like 7. So it's like, how do you metric that out? Like, we blew the doors off of Arizona. We blew the doors off of Oklahoma State. These are supposed to be like 2 of the top 4 teams, right? That K-State's going against this year projected, and they didn't do anything. So how do you make sense of that? BYU fans themselves weren't projecting them to get 5 wins to start the season. They haven't had a 5-0 year or a 5-0 season to start out since the 1980s. So you guys
That's
are talking.
wild.
You guys are talking really high and mighty, like, oh,
BYU fans are talking a lot of stuff. Now, granted, they are 5-0.
yeah,
BYU fans are all up in our comments. And Utah fans too.
No. I love it though, because it's brewing, Steve. It's brewing. It's brewing for the downfall. Like a lot of these BYU fans, they're like whoa, like the other shoe's gonna drop. Fans, like it's gonna drop.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that one too. Yeah, we're gonna try to hit these a little.
Well, yeah, we'll do it quicker. We'll do it quicker. But funny how all BYU's opponents just happen to be doing everything to themselves. Well, you're gonna have to answer for why you guys didn't score any touchdowns in the second half of Baylor game, and the fact that you only had the vast majority of your victories against K-State. Yes, your defense. I'll grant you, the defense is pretty solid. Against K-State's offense. We don't know what was going on with K-State's offense there, but whatever. I'll say this. That's pretty much directed towards K-State for sure. We'll see. We'll have to see for the rest of the year. We'll have to see how this goes.
That is definitely directed toward K-State for sure.
All right. Wilson better than his brother? Question mark. Ha ha ha. Laughing emoji. I guess because Zach is a BYU guy and this is probably a BYU fan. So they're like, no way are you dogging on Zach Wilson. But have you seen Zach Wilson's NFL career so far? Bueller, have you seen? It's not been that great, guys. I mean, I know that he was your quarterback. I mean, Skylar Thompson was K-State's quarterback, and I mean he hasn't really done a whole lot in Miami, So it's not like he's done great so far. I mean, like he hasn't been abysmal or anything like that, but you can't honestly tell me that Zach has been impressive. His brother Isaac, I don't know, for as young as he is, having to step in to Oklahoma State, you realize how hard it is to win in Stillwater. I mean, I don't know if you guys dig into the stats of individual like games and stuff like that, but Stillwater, what Mike Gundy has done in Stillwater has given them the best home record other than Alabama. Like they do not lose in Stillwater. It is insanely hard to do that. And when Isaac Wilson went down there and won in Stillwater, all the Utah fans were saying, oh, we can win with Isaac. We can win with Cam Rising. We can win with the freaking trained German Shepherd. Like we can win with anybody. Like that's how confident they were. And then they get smacked in the mouth by Arizona. And all I said was, don't put that on Isaac, because you guys are all ranting and raving about how he was so good against the Oklahoma State game. How is it that all of a sudden now you're willing to just forget about him? That doesn't make sense to me. So I don't know if he's better than his brother, but I will say he's impressive. He is impressive.
We have a brand new comment. I'm gonna refresh this really quick. Can you still hear me pretty good? Because I had to plug some different things in and get some stuff going here. So I don't know if you can hear me or not still.
Did you see his college career? I didn't.
Yeah.
Because BYU was not in the Big 12, and I only focus on the Big 12.
Right.
So
True.
Connor Jensen, I might be ignorant there. I'll humble myself here and I'll say I'm going to be ignorant to his college career. I don't know how good he was in college. So I'll grant you that. I'll grant you that.
Okay, so this is from the I'm sorry BYU video from Scott B296. Apology accepted. Don't thank us yet though. I think we need to beat Arizona and go 6-0, get bowl eligible, and then hit that preseason goal. If we can do that, I am willing to call BYU a decent football team. I think
this is a BYU fan. This is a BYU fan. We're going to get into the power rankings later.
Yes.
And some of these power rankings are going to shock you, like where I put mine. Steve, I don't know where you put all of yours, but let's keep going down to the comments. This is a BYU fan, and he isn't even I think what he's doing though is he's doing like the reverse psychology thing where he's got the expectations so low that it's like, oh, if they don't meet the expectations, then it's like they won't be heartbroken, you know. They're just like, oh, if they do anything better than 6, then we'll be happy about it. And then they win like 9 or whatever. And then when it gets time to where like they need that one game to win to get to Arlington and then they lose, they're like, I can't believe it. They're so horrible. Like if they lose that game, like that's how it always is with fans. Like they're like, oh, we're just happy to be here. It's like, no. You guys want to win. You guys want to win. But it's good though. It's good. I want fans to be happy that their team is winning. I want that to be okay. Let's see it. Let's
go ahead. You can read it.
Not a BYU fan, but I watch them a lot because my wife is a fan. BYU, really, that's awesome. BYU struggles typically because of their depth. It usually happens after they play an emotional big game, and then their team is left with some gaping holes because of injury. If they can stay healthy long enough, they can probably be quite competitive. Now, you see, Steve, this was what I was saying when I was predicting BYU to beat Baylor. I said, well, listen, it seemed like K-State was just shooting themselves in the foot over and over and over again.
They were. We said that too.
Not Baylor. BYU was literally just like taking the win. Like, okay, if you guys don't want to win this game, we'll gladly take this win from you. So I don't think that was a crazy emotional win. Like, yeah, of course, it was their first game home. It was our season home opener to the conference. It was a whiteout. It was super crazy. It was a night game. The fans stayed the whole time against ranked 13 ranked K-State team. It was hype for them. No doubt about it. But I don't think the players were like going all out there. You know, I think it was just a lot of things just landed in their hands, except for the punt return. I will give credit. That was
pretty sick. It was pretty sick. It was pretty frustrating. But
yeah, I think that's pretty K-State, cool. But it was pretty athletic of that guy to be able to pull that off. I will give. I saw
a shirt this past weekend at the K-State game. It had a Power Cat on one side for K-State, and it had an Oklahoma State Cowboy on the other side, and it said like daughter and then father-in-law for each side. I think the daughter was for K-State and the father-in-law was for Oklahoma State. And at the bottom it said, "It's complicated." So I know there's a lot of people that are like that, where like they might be fans of like their wife or husband's team. Like, you know, my sister grew up here in Manhattan. She's a K-State fan. She didn't go to K-State. She did for a couple of classes, but she didn't graduate from K-State. Her husband is from Michigan. Shout out to Dan and Heather. But Dan's a big Michigan fan, and so she likes Michigan too because he likes Michigan, and he likes K-State too because she likes K-State. So it happens, you know what I mean? It does happen.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I will say that health is always an issue with every team. I don't think that's just Baylor or BYU. God dang, I'm really struggling with Baylor, BYU specific. I think. But I will say, like, I don't know if that was a huge emotional game against K-State. I think it was just, and when they went down to Baylor, Baylor's been struggling, and so BYU just capitalized, and like early on, I mean, they just fired off in that game. But then for whatever reason, in the second half, they didn't have the juice anymore. It was kind of weird to see that, and they were basically begging Baylor to come back and win that game. But Baylor
they were up
Baylor is Baylor. They are not what they used to be. Dave Aranda is running that program into the ground. Next comment, Steve.
Go ahead.
You guys are humble. No hard feelings. ROC is coaching for his job, just like Jefferson says below. The wheels usually start falling off about now. The second half of the Baylor game was completely devoid of any cohesive offensive intelligence. It's typical for BYU's OC, unfortunately. BYU's mainstream is of the opinion that winning 6 games with just 3 wins in the Big 12 is all that is needed for the OC to keep his job. My thoughts are if BYU only gets 6 wins but beats Utah. Wait. What? Why is there a question there? Is all that is needed? My thoughts are if BYU only gets 6 wins but beats Utah, question mark, I'll give the OC some grace. No Utah, no grace. With Utah's number 1 string quarterback Cam Rising nursing a hangnail, I love that. BYU could definitely pull it off and save the OC's job. Listen. The OC's job, like I don't really know all that stuff that's going on. That's kind of all up to like head coaching stuff. And it sounds like Kalani is like a really stand-up guy. I don't think he's just gonna throw somebody out just because they had a bad season or something. I think Kalani might. I mean, he has to consider it, of course. But
let's take a look at their schedule really quick, because as he talks about their getting just the 6 wins to satisfy BYU.
They're 5-0 right now. They would just need one more win.
Yeah.
And are they going to play Houston, because that's a guaranteed win for everybody? I mean, it is.
Is it though?
I think it is.
All right. They have Arizona at home, Oklahoma State at home, at UCF, at Utah. They're definitely going to beat KU.
They'll win the KU
game. At Arizona State.
And
at home against Houston.
They're at least going to win 2 more games. They're guaranteed to at least win 2 more games. All the other games are going to be
7 wins. That's 7 wins. Yeah.
All the other games will be competitive.
I'd say right now their floor is 8-4, and their ceiling 12-0. So, I know it feels like we're talking about BYU a lot because they comment the most out of any fan group. I mean, I posted a video today of saying sorry to BYU fans. I mean, it's almost 15. I think it's got 1,500 views already in like 6 hours.
Yeah.
So,
well,
let's move on here.
Yeah, moving it along. But I will say, you guys are at least going to get your 6 wins. You're definitely going to get 7 wins, and I think 8 wins if you pull it out. That's your floor. I agree with what Steve said. Your ceiling is undefeated, and trust me when I say this, I want BYU to be undefeated because that just makes the Big 12 look better in the national ranking stuff or whatever. So
this is the best. Okay, so this is from my video I posted today. But I'm sorry, BYU. This is from Jefferson Lambert 435. You were probably just a game early. According to our track record, things are about to fall apart. See what I mean? There's a lot of BYU fans commenting this, man. And Too Nice says, my fellow BYU fans are so sad. Believe until there's reason for doubt. I agree with Too Nice there. I agree. If the offense can get in consistent spot, I think we may be all right. Just maybe. 33 points a game isn't bad. LOL. No, it isn't. Go Cougs. At least we have a bye week to enjoy it a little longer. Man, dude, that is wild.
What's that?
That's wild that they're saying that. That they're looking forward to a bye week so they can enjoy it a little longer. Could you not hear any of that?
No, I could hear all that. I just was kind of I didn't understand what your response was. That didn't make sense to me. But what is interesting though is that, like what you said, they're happy to have a bye week. I mean, typically when you're on a hot streak like this, you want to keep it rolling.
You want the momentum to keep going, yeah.
Yeah, sure. You want the momentum to keep going, but we'll see how it happens. I mean, K-State also has a bye week. A lot of teams actually have a bye week this week. It's kind of interesting, but let's keep moving along. I understand the bias. Oh, go ahead, Steve.
I was going to say shout out to my wife really quick for bringing me some Sonic, a drink and some mozzarella sticks. So
wow,
you see me eating that and drinking that. That's my wife. She's amazing. Okay.
I understand the bias.
Kimberly, 43-51. Go ahead.
I understand the bias. K-State is your team, but I need your help to understand something. You have my permission to explain it to me like I'm a 3-year-old. So BYU slaughtered K-State. However, Baylor played them better than K-State. Did CU beat Baylor? The win column won't say, yeah, with a Hail Mary, quote unquote. Yet you want us to believe that K-State is a powerhouse team that lost to a team that nearly lost to a team that CU beat. Okay, I'm all ears now. Educate me. Kimberly, we will gladly educate you. Steve actually wrote in the comment section 4 hours ago, look at the drive charts for BYU. Every one of their touchdown drives were 30 yards or less due to fluky turnovers. They did not take advantage of they did take advantage of every mistake, and that's what you should do. K-State then proceeded to take out the aggression on Oklahoma State. Can't wait to see the Cats play Colorado. This is exactly correct. We're a lot of these questions are going to get answered not this weekend, but next weekend. Next October 12th is brewing up to be a very big weekend for all college sports across a lot of different teams. But to understand why, like, you're saying, like, it slaughtered K-State. Okay, yeah, you're right. K-State, we did not even get a touchdown that game.
We had more total yards than them, dude. We did. We had better efficiency drives than them. We just gave them a bunch of short fields, and they took advantage of that. Right. Shout out to BYU. Their fans played a big factor in the game. I still think K-State is going to have a better season. BYU was better on that day.
K-State, all in all, has played. I mean, this is even credit to BYU. We're actually giving credit to BYU for being a team that is actually very good. None of your fan base or anybody predicted BYU to be in this spot. But the amount, what in the world? Somebody is trying to call me right now. Or is somebody calling you, Steve? Are you sure? I'm like getting a random. Oh my gosh. I need to close out. Sorry, that's my fault. So I had Discord open and somebody was calling me in Discord.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Okay, so
sorry. I derailed. I'm sorry.
That thought process of determining if a team is better because they won a game against another team that played another team is crazy. Yeah, I mean, transitive property. I agree. It is not a thing. You really can't tell how good a team is until the end of the season, anyways.
But you have to use the eye test. You have to use the eye test. This is what blows my mind. It's like, watch K-State just drive it down the field. Also, we had a lot of questions about what our OC was doing with the play calling. And it was just like, it was mind-boggling. You just saw DJ almost run for 200 yards against Oklahoma State. That is insane. We were running the ball very well against BYU. God dang it, I hate messing that up. But we just saw that he was running really well against BYU. But for whatever reason, we kept trying to throw the ball against them, and they are a very good team against passing offenses. So, hats off to them for answering us. Doing the cover 2. That was apparently, like, we weren't expecting them to do that or whatever. But at the end of the day, you guys won, whatever. I will say, though, what I would love to see is a K-State BYU game in Arlington. I think that would be freaking epic.
I would love that.
That would be the most epic. That would be the greatest. That would be the greatest Big 12 championship game ever. And we're going to get so many views on our videos because of it.
Okay, we're going to hit up 2 or 3 more, and then we are going to get into our power rankings.
Yes.
That's hilarious. Y'all think Arizona still wins in Utah against the Utes, even if Cam plays. And I said, is it? And he goes, this is from Royal Blue Blood. Very like Cat Williams, hilarious. Let's see. In the 2 seasons he played, he has about a 64% completion percentage, passed for 5,500 yards, 46 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, led Utah to a 20-8 record. And only took Utah to the Rose Bowl in back-to-back seasons. Like I said, Cat. This is me replying. This is Steve replying. He's like 30 years old and hasn't played a full season in 2 years. He's good, man, but I don't know. And he said he's 25 and only missed last season. That's 1, not 2. And then I replied, I mean, does this year not count? Scam Rising is a non-factor according to E4C 650.
See,
Kenny,
okay,
weigh in.
this is what I was saying before. When the Utah Utes beat Oklahoma State, every one of their fans was saying, "Oh, we don't even need Cam Rising. We're good with Isaac," because Isaac was all right. He was good. He was good enough to get them the win, and he was making good throws against the Arizona team. Like, it's just that Arizona's defense was just on fire that day, and they were just putting a beating on Isaac Wilson. But again, I don't know. Would it be better if Cam was in there? Yes. He's a more experienced player than Isaac Wilson. I mean, Isaac is a freshman. So
I mean, Isaac was probably in like 8th grade when Cam Rising showed up to Utah, or maybe even 6th grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like there's a huge age difference. Huge age difference.
There's maturity. There's better.
Cam Rising should have like 3 kids by now and be an insurance agent somewhere. You know what I mean? Like that's how old he is at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compared to a 19-year-old. So
on his second divorce,
for real, dude. He should be refinancing his house right now. Okay.
But seriously though, like, you guys didn't. None of the Utah fans were blaming Isaac or the lack of Cam Rising for their offense against Oklahoma State. You guys went in there and were happy with what you had. And then all of a sudden, when you lose against Arizona, you think it's Isaac's fault. I'm like, no. I don't think so. I don't think so, because you're supposed to have the number 1 defense.
I mean, he passed for 280 yards.
Yeah,
he passed for 280
you're supposed to have the
yards.
number 1 defense in the Big 12. How is it that you're getting Arizona to score 23 points when K-State held Arizona at home to 7? You're at home against Arizona. You're at home. Your defense should be insane. The crowd support should be insane. It was at the Bill, and that's why Arizona was only held to 7 points. So explain to me that. I mean, our corners are not that big, and we were going against T-Mac. I mean, as far as I know, the Utah corners are huge. They're huge. So it doesn't. Yeah, explain it to me. I don't get it. I just don't like. I don't like when fans like they throw excuses out, but like literally like the week before, you guys were all about it. Let's move on. Apology accepted.
If Colorado beats KSU, I don't want to hear excuses.
This is a good one.
I got something to tell you. K-State's not losing to Colorado, so there won't be any excuses. So,
I mean, that was pretty good.
Enough said there. Let's see here. BYU fan here. Apology accepted. Keep picking us to lose. We like being underdogs. That's how us Buffs won it. And I said Colorado is not receiving an apology.
So there's another one that said there was like a timestamp. I think you might have skipped it already, but it said maybe you haven't. If UCF is good, but Colorado is better, why, when Baylor lost at Colorado last week on the last play, are you not giving Baylor some benefit of the doubt? We are only 2 games into the conference season. Let's see how the season plays out before writing off any Big 12 team. Colorado looks like a really good team to me. Give Baylor some credit. Go Cougs. The thing, yeah, this is the one right here. Baylor, I don't think Baylor's a good team. I don't think it's on the Baylor players. I think it's the coaching staff that's the problem. I think it's their game plan. I think it's their just the overall execution was just not there. Colorado, to me, has not played against a team that has a good defense. Well, guess what? They're about to in 2 weeks. They're about to play arguably a top 2 or top 3 defense in the Big 12. That's just facts. They went against UCF where their defense has been sus even since last year. DJ ran all over them last year. And then they went against Baylor, which their defense is looking sus. Look at what BYU did in the first half. There was nothing. They were like they could do whatever they wanted. They could literally do whatever they wanted. So, and Shedeur has like a ton of sacks against him. That offensive line that we'll get into Colorado probably more next week, but that offensive line is not doing Shedeur Sanders any favors, and that's going to look good for K-State because guess what? We like sacking the quarterback. So
we do, and I want to say that Brian Taylor, 88-48. This dude is living the dream right here, dude. Look at this avatar, dude. That is what's up right there, man. He's got him and his boo and his avatar. This dude is living the good life, man. He's living the American dream. So
he is.
Shout out to you.
And he's on our podcast, engaging with comments, which is amazing. Yep. That's awesome. And I want to just touch on this. DJ Giddens is the best running back in the country, and there's no one that comes close. Well, I mean,
I agree, Robbie. Oh, look, it's Robbie Schultz. Nice.
The Boise State running back might have something to say about it since he's almost got 1,000 yards already, and it's only been 5 games. But I will say that DJ's
they don't play. They don't play Big 12 defenses. You know what I'm saying?
They don't play anybody.
They don't. So that's the look at the comments. We'll try to do that the next time K-State has a bye week, or randomly we'll throw that in there as well.
We should just do that like, just because it's super fun to do that.
K-Dub says, y'all think KSU just going to dog walk Colorado? We see, buddy. I didn't say they're going to dog walk them. I think they're going to win. So
y'all better keep
that energy. Okay,
I'm just saying.
This person is either young or like I don't understand the y'all. They're either young or they're country.
Well, I will say this.
Keep saying y'all.
I respect the Chiefs logo. Okay, like we're good there, buddy. But I will say this: you can't tell me that Colorado's offensive line is stout, bro. I mean, they have, again, Colorado hasn't gone against a team with a good defense. Tell me a team. They haven't. I mean, like they went against Nebraska. Nebraska's defense is okay, and they lost to them. Like they lost to a team that has an okay defense. But UCS defense is not it, dude. It's never been. It's never been good. I will say that it was impressive that Colorado's defense was shutting down their run. That's impressive to me because UCF is supposed to be this like dominant rushing offense. I didn't see that in that game. I thought Colorado did an amazing job at stopping their run. We'll have to see if they're going to stop K-State's run. I don't know. I mean, I don't think RJ Harvey is the same kind of running back that DJ Giddens is. RJ Harvey likes to run to the outside and put some moves on him. DJ Giddens likes to run in between the tackles and run over people. So we'll see.
Are you kidding me? K-State does not have a good defense. Okay. All right. I mean, did you see what they did to Arizona? Did you see what they did to Oklahoma State? We'll see. All right, keep as this guy says, y'all better keep that energy.
How can you say that? We had 2 interceptions and a turnover in the last game. We've had
three total turnovers for
3 turnovers, but 2 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery. Yep. We also had
shout out to Randy and K-Dub for watching. And
we've had a defensive score, a scoop and score already this year. We've had
3 non-offensive touchdowns.
3 non-offensive touchdowns. We've allowed, again, like you said, only 1 touchdown there was 2 touchdowns in Oklahoma State, but that's because Mike Gundy wanted to make it look not as bad. He only had 13 points.
We had backups in at that point. We had backup, and the only touchdown they scored against our actual defense was a trick play. So do your homework on Colorado linebacker. Okay. Well, we'll talk about them next week. We'll talk about them next week.
I'm going to dig into them.
I love this. I love it, man.
Like I said, K-Dub, like I said, they shut down UCF's run game. I have got to respect that because UCF, we saw it on full display last year when they came to the Bill. They are
this guy's probably got to be
dudes.
This has got to be like a burner account for one of their actual players or something. We'll see.
Maybe.
Maybe we do have to get into our Big 12.
No, we don't, Steve. We don't have to
power rankings. Big 12 power rankings. Let's do it, Kenny. Let's freaking do it.
All right.
Okay,
Which,
so
by the way, you're going to be surprised at my power ranking, Steve.
Okay, here we go. Can I see that? Pretty good.
Yes.
Is that better?
I love
that's
what.
Better.
Oh, current standings.
There we go. Okay, so this
okay.
is current standings according to ESPN. So this is the ESPN standings. We're going to go 16-1. Number one's obviously the best, 16 worst. Okay. I think it's pretty easy. I think we both have Houston last, right?
Houston's dead last for me.
Okay.
I think they're improving, though. I will say, I think they're improving.
I think we have the same number 15 team, too. I assume we have the same 15.
KU.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. Oh, my goodness.
College graduate, by the way.
Yeah. I did twice. Okay. Number 14. Who you got?
I got TCU.
You got TCU? I have Baylor.
That's my 13. Baylor's my 13.
So the reason why I have Houston last, I mean, they haven't scored a touchdown or scored at all in the last 8 quarters. KU's 1-4. That's why they are 15. I hope they enjoyed being ranked so high on the EA video game, because in real life they stink. And Baylor, well, I'm not sure that they're actually that bad. They're having a hard time just beating anyone. So that's why they are 14 for me. So
yep, I've got Baylor as my 13.
That's hilarious because I have TCU as my 13.
Yep.
So TCU, I mean, they gave up 66 to
maybe our
SMU.
Maybe our 12 is the same.
So TCU gave up 66 at SMU. They did beat KU, which was nice to see, but they did blow a 3-touchdown lead at home to UCF.
But they were trailing against Kansas, though. Like, good on them.
They came back, though. They came back.
That punt return was huge. We see firsthand what happens with punt returns. I'm gonna be back on this channel when this game is over, buddy. All right. I mean, you should come back on the pregame show, because the week
we pregame it and we preview it here.
We do an actual breakdown of. It's going to be 6 o'clock next Tuesday, 6:30 next Tuesday. We actually break down the offense, the defense.
Everything. It'll be 5:30 Colorado time if you live in Colorado. So we'll do a breakdown next Tuesday, and we'll do the post game review on the Sunday.
All right, back
to just letting you know, K-State's ran for 200 yards on the ground
so you know,
every single game.
Just so you know, K-Dub, I appreciate you on here, man. Like, it's actually a lot of fun. I love the engagement. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Okay, what do you got?
Number 12. I've got Cincinnati.
I'm not sure that's a bad pick, honestly.
No, I don't think they're this bad. I just think, like, from what they've shown just recently. I'm saying, like, as of right now, I don't think that Cincinnati is going to be 12th, like, at the end of the season. But I think as of right now, from, like, their loss against Texas Tech, I mean, it's kind of a big deal.
I think 13 to like 6 are pretty interchangeable, honestly. You could throw really any of these teams in there.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm going to go Cincinnati as well at 12.
Okay.
They blew a 3-touchdown lead at home to Pitt, which, shout out to Pitt. I mean, they beat West Virginia and Cincinnati. One of those was at Cincinnati, but Cincinnati gave up 20 to Towson. I mean, that's not great. I don't think they're that good.
Yeah.
Honestly, at the end of the season, they might be 14 or 15. But right now, I haven't.
Wow. I don't know if they'll be that bad, but we'll have to see.
We'll see. I mean, I know PFF loves their offense, and then they scored like 41 against Texas Tech and lost 44-41. So they have a good offense, but defense, ooh-wee. As a UCF fan, we never adjusted on defense. Our offense wasn't as bad as people were saying, but how can you expect to win 4 turnovers when we had 1 in the last 3 games? Okay, well, yeah, I get it, man.
I've been saying this. Listen, as
we both picked UCF to win, by the way.
I picked UCF to win. I thought that their offense was going to out-offense Colorado. I literally thought that. I thought like
I didn't
because,
realize UCF's defense was that bad. Like I knew it wasn't good, but their defense is
well,
stinky.
it was literally it because I don't think Colorado's defense is that good either. Like, okay, they might have a star linebacker. I don't know, but like from what I've seen from film, hasn't been super impressive. But UCF, they just haven't had the defense there, you know. Like, but I thought that UCF was gonna just. This is what they did against TCU. They were behind against TCU, but then they kept running the ball and wearing down the defense, and eventually it just caught up to TCU. Like they couldn't handle it. And I thought that's what their game plan was going to be against Colorado, you know, because Colorado likes to do a lot of their offense on big, explosive, like 60-yard throws, you know, like that's, and the thing is how you shut that down, you put pressure on the quarterback, which UCF didn't have that. They don't have that sort of pressure on the quarterback.
You know, and you know, K-State didn't get any sacks against Oklahoma State, but I mean, he was throwing off his back foot the entire game, and he was under duress and trying to throw it quickly and sidearm and all that, and that's why
he is. I mean, impressive.
That's why
Alan Bowman can get rid of the ball so damn fast. It's like
he can, but it doesn't always go with his team.
Right.
His I mean his
and I also want to give
crazy fast.
I also want to give credit to Colorado's Travis Hunter. That dude is actually the real deal. Like he is absolutely impressive.
He's the best player in college football. He's the best player in college football without a doubt.
Without a doubt, he should win the Heisman. Without a doubt. I mean, my vote goes to him. I mean, you don't play every snap on both sides of the ball and not and be impressive like that.
And at a position where you have to run as much as he does, like he's in insane shape.
Exactly. Sure. All right, moving on to number 11, I've got West Virginia. And they didn't really do anything this last week, but I don't think that they beat KU. So okay.
I went Oklahoma State number 11.
Man, they're
0-2. They cannot run the ball at all. Bowman, like we said, we just praise him of how quickly he can get rid of the ball. He's not very accurate. I mean, we talked about how K-State basically shut them down. Their only touchdown until like 2 minutes left in the game was a trick play. I think a lot of their fire that they had a year ago. I mean, it's really hard to win 2 years in a row. Like that's why like it hardly ever happens unless your name is Oklahoma in the Big 12. I think Ollie Gordon is a good running back, but if you can stop him, you're probably going to beat Oklahoma State, and K-State did that. And right now, I have to put a team that's 0-2 in the bottom 6. I just do.
Okay, I mean that's fair. I just have a little bit more faith in Oklahoma State. I mean, I don't know. I just they're 0-2, but who did they play? You know what I mean? They played.
True.
Played K-State, they played Utah. Those are like they're supposed to.
True, but one of those is at home.
Sure, but and we can go back and forth on that game, but I mean Utah is supposed to be one of the best, if not the best team in Big 12.
I have to get to this comment here. Everybody picked UCF to win. I love it when CU gets no respect. But that's cool.
Money.
I like making money. That's cool. That's awesome. That's because no one likes your coach or the way that he lets his players talk before games and all that. I mean, Shiloh Sanders talks so much crap. It's disgusting. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw what he was saying to Nebraska players prior to the game. He was laughing, saying, y'all know we're going to beat you, blah, 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 blah. And then what they do, they get their butts kicked. They got their butts handled by Nebraska. What they did on the on the Oregon logo last year, and what they did all of last year and all off season is talk crap. That's why no one likes Colorado, man. No one likes them because of your coach.
Well, it's not only
just being honest.
It's not only that, but there was.
Having said that, Travis Hunter is amazing, and your quarterback is super talented. Yeah. But no one likes your coach and the way he lets his players.
Well, it's not only that, Steve, but also like last year there was like all this hype built around them last year, and they only won 4 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Their respect has not been earned. Their respect has not been earned.
Yeah. They were like the laughing stock last year. And I'm not throwing shade to be a hater. I'm not a hater. Listen, Colorado being good means that the Big 12 is going to be good. Like that, it only benefits us.
There's no way that you actually think that. There's no way, dude. There's no way. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on because I'm tired of that.
But it is interesting though because there was that one. Remember when we had Brett Hammer on, and he said that Sanders was arguing with the reporter about the weather or something like that, and just like fighting him
Dude, that's
over
what I'm saying. Like, and like Dion's like he's like not letting people come to press conferences because he doesn't like the way that they portrayed him. Like, dude, come on, get out of here.
It's. I mean,
Seriously.
I think it's
All right,
funny.
let's move on.
I think
Let's
it's
move
funny.
on here.
I love it. I think it's funny.
All right, what do you got for number 10?
Arizona State.
I also have Arizona State number 10.
Okay.
I mean, they look good in a 3-0 start, but I mean, I really, really, really question their quarterback.
I need to see more from them. They might be lower. They might actually end up lower on the list. I need to see more from them because all they've done is played Texas Tech, and Texas Tech is actually, I mean, they beat Cincinnati, they beat Arizona State. They're 4-1. I mean, it hasn't looked good. It's kind of been an ugly 4-1, but I mean, they're still 2-0 in the Big 12. So, but Arizona State, they were on their bye week, so I don't know what to do here. So I need a lot more. The bye weeks are killing this like power rankings. We need to revisit this power rankings for me. But yeah, that's just where they are for me right now.
I dig it.
I'm having
some computer issues, so I'm going to have to like fix this while you talk here over the next one. Did I not put? I have Arizona State number 10 as well.
All right, this is for me. Number 9 is Oklahoma State for me.
So I'm going to have West Virginia at number 9 just because I appreciate what they did to KU.
You don't think Oklahoma State's going to be able to do that? Come on, dude.
True, but I'm just saying I appreciated what they did, and even though they did not look very good in their opener against Penn State, and they really haven't looked very good overall. So,
well, Randy, I do appreciate these comments, man. I love the fire. I love the diehardness. It makes me smile. It's really, really fun to watch this. But I will say, yeah, we're gonna figure this out. Come next Tuesday. 6:30 Central Time. We're going to break down the Colorado K-State game. We're going to go through every we'll go through the offense, we'll go through special teams, we'll do defense, we'll give our hot takes and stuff like that and score predictions. I mean, it is in Colorado and it is a night game, and we just saw on full display what happens when you play when K-State goes into a mountain area and has a night game against BYU. We laid a huge egg. So I'm not saying that it won't happen. It could very well happen. But I don't know. The eye test shows me that Colorado's offensive line is easy to run by, and I don't know. I feel like K-State has the dudes up front to be able to put a lot of pressure on Shedeur and shut down this throwing game. I mean, we're not going to be able to shut it down completely, but I do think that we can contain the pass on them. So yeah, number 9 is going to be Oklahoma State for me. I'm just kind of been interacting here, Steve, with the
no,
chat.
I've been here the whole time. I was just trying to fix my thing.
Praying that your hate in your heart will stop clouding your judgment. I hope that's not directed towards me. I've got no hate. I just love the conversation. You know, it's fun. It's fun to talk about it. Yeah, we're gonna get into score predictions. If you think K-State's gonna score 13, I mean, they've only had one game this season where they didn't go more than 30. So we'll have to see.
Who do you got for number 8?
Number 8, I've got UCF.
I also have UCF number 8, and here's why. Their defense is garbage. Their defense is garbage, and it's the reason why they're not going to win a Big 12 championship.
Yo,
I mean, you can score however many points you want.
Your static or white noise is a lot. Yeah.
Let me try to fix it here. You keep talking.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to address that because something changed in your mic there. Yeah, I want to Randy Gilbert come back next week when we go over the scores. We're gonna actually be on Sunday doing the we'll do another video because we always do like the post game show on Sundays. Well, K-State didn't have a game this Saturday because they're on a bye week, but we do want to at least react to the games and maybe talk about that. And maybe we'll answer some more comments as the comments keep rolling in over the week. Especially probably on this video here. There's probably going to be a lot of comments.
I think I fixed it.
But yeah, UCF number 8. Yes, it sounds a lot better. UCF number 8 for me. That's to me like I still think they've only had well, okay, technically they've had 2 Big 12 games because they played TCU early on in the season. Like they had like TCU, then they went on their bye week, and then they played Colorado. But again, you can't deny their rush offense. I mean, I want to see them play more. It is only 2 Big 12 games so far for every team, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes from here. So
I'm gonna jump the gun here at number 7, Texas Tech, and here's why. Their offense is really good, but their defense is still bad. I mean, they gave up 41 to Cincinnati. They basically should have lost to Abilene Christian. They've gotten a lot better. They beat the crap out of North Texas, but I still don't think they're that good, dude. I really do not. So I have them number 7. What do you got?
I have Utah. I don't think. Now listen, I don't think. Hold on. Let me explain. I don't think that Utah is the 7th best team in the Big 12. I'm just saying from their last week's performance. If you only gave me 1 week, like you gave me just the like last week's performance and said like where do you think the strongest, like from 1 to 16, what are the strongest and weakest teams? Utah has to be number 7 for me. Like if you just gave me that last week's performance, that's what I'm getting at. So I'm judging off of like, I don't think that Utah is going to end up the 7th best team. They're probably in the top 3, top 4. But that loss to Arizona is pretty big. You know, it was at home. That was their conference opener for home. Like that's a big deal. So,
what do you got for number 6?
Arizona. I mean, you got to put them above Utah. They just beat them. They're 3-1. Utah's 4-1. They're
Colorado.
Both, even though Arizona,
they're on fraud alert for me.
Oh man!
But we're going to see here in about a week and a half. We're going to see how good they really are when they play K-State. Now it's a home game for them. I really feel like if this game was in Manhattan, I mean, it would. I really feel like K-State would beat the brakes off of them. I do. I really do. So we'll see what happens. But right now, they're better than I thought they'd be at this point. I still don't think they're that amazing yet. Big win for them at UCF. UCF's defense is garbage. They had a win on a Hail Mary against Baylor, number 6, which is still top half. That's a great improvement over last year, only winning 4 games.
So. It was a Hail Mary to get to overtime, but then it was also they played. You know, they won in overtime. So, you know, for whatever it's worth, you got to give them credit. I have Colorado a little bit higher on the list just based upon what they did last week. Again, my power rankings are based upon what they did last week. It's not what because you have to understand that there's injuries in this game and injuries happen all the time. And that, I mean, Utah without Cam Rising, that's probably where they are. Potentially, that's probably where they are in their power strength. I don't know for sure, but without Cam Rising, maybe that's where they are. Colorado, what they did to UCF, if UCF doesn't get it together, UCF is going to be a number 8 team. I mean, that's kind of where they were last year, that they ended up middle of the pack, you know, even with all the talent in the world in their offense, They ended up middle of the road for the Big 12.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We are getting really close to monetization. We
Yeah.
just need more people to subscribe. So
Yeah, if you think this is fun and you want more of
or
this,
controversial, yeah. If you want to comment all the time in all these live streams, like everyone's doing, and tell us how stupid we are, subscribe. Please do so. We will highlight your comment.
I freaking
JV
love
Collectibles. K-State DBs seem mid at best. We'll see.
What?
K-State does have an NFL corner. The safeties, there's been an issue with the safeties all year. Let's be honest, there has been.
They just got 2 interceptions last week. What are they talking about? And we
all right, let's move on.
Hold on. I've got to defend this position. Hold on, Steve. We already played against arguably the top 2 dual, like Fafita and T-Mac. We played them already and we shut them down. I mean, that's basically what Travis Hunter and Shador are. They're just a little bit better than them, in my opinion. But I think that T-Mac is better than Travis Hunter as a wide receiver. I think he's one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver in college football right now.
Travis Hunter is the best player in college football. We already said that earlier.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying wide receiver.
Oh,
specific. Like Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter plays both sides of the ball.
Yes,
Travis
he's
Hunter
insane
plays
on
corner.
both sides.
Okay, but I'm saying as wide receiver, T-Mac is probably the best wide receiver position-wise.
Oh, well, without a doubt. I mean, he'll be a top 10 pick. We've already played him. In K-State dominated. So.
He's insane. And in K-State already played against them. So we'll have to see in Colorado what happens. Everything's going to come down to the October 12th game, man. October 12th weekend is going to be huge. But to say that K-State's DBs are bad, no. Our safeties, I'll give you. Our safeties, I'll give you that. But our DBs, no. Nope.
Let's move on. Otherwise, we're going to be talking about this and arguing all night. Number 5, who you got?
Number 5, I got Texas Tech. Listen, man.
That is crazy high. I got Arizona.
They're 2-0. They're 2-0 in the Big 12, Steve, and they're 4-1. I mean, what do you want?
Arizona just won at Utah. We just talked about how they have a top 10 receiver on their team. I think they're a lot better than they showed at K-State. Fafita is a good quarterback. I think they're a pretty good team. I really do. They're definitely a top 5 team. So I got them number 5. Here's where it's going to get crazy. Who do you got number 4?
Iowa State.
Oh!
It's the same for you, isn't it?
No, it is not.
Oh.
It is not.
K-State for you? Oh, Utah.
Okay.
No, I think Utah could end up there, but I'm saying like without Cam Rising, I think they might. Again, your power rankings seem more legit as like where they might end up. My power rankings are like what they showed last week. Does that make sense? Like mine are based on like
it does
where they're at currently right now, and yours are like where you can possibly see them at the end. And so that brings me to number 3, which is Colorado.
That's too high, but okay. That's okay. All right. Again, we talked about how you said yours is more about what they did last week.
Yeah.
I got K-State number 3. As much as I'd love to put them number 1, I mean, I cannot put them number 1 when they lost at BYU in the fashion that they did.
Right.
So,
well, mine is number 2 for K-State.
Okay.
And then BYU is number 1 for me. Obviously, that
I got Iowa State number 2.
Yeah.
I also have BYU as number 1.
You have to put BYU as number 1. They're the undefeated team in the league. And I guess you could say Iowa State is too, but Iowa State is a game behind right now. And they have only played
that's another reason.
one Big 12 team. They played
and they looked like booty last week.
Okay.
They looked like booty last week. They just did.
Randy Gilbert is totally trolling now. He's totally trolling now.
Yes. Yeah, he is. I'm done highlighting those comments. But yeah, that's our power rankings for the Big 12, bro.
Yes, from what mine is what they showed last week. Yours is probably a little bit more like kind of both, I guess, like what they showed last week and where you think they are actually at, like overall, like where they actually sit at. Yeah, I think that K-State needs to be right. I mean, that's a pretty good deal, like right underneath BYU. The fact that I could not put Iowa State in number 2 because they had no offense against Houston. They had literally no offense against them. It was 3-0, Steve, for 3 quarters until the very end of the third quarter. Steve, how in the world can you put Iowa State number 2 with that? Like, that seems crazy.
Outside of one game, they've looked really good, and they still won that game. So that's why I have them number 2. That's literally that's why they won at Iowa. Even though I felt like Iowa was more of
they
them
were
losing
bad
the game
in the
than
first
Iowa.
half.
That was more Iowa losing and Iowa State winning. But their offense looked pretty good against, I think it was Arkansas State. So
but
I still think they're going to be, and their schedule lines up pretty good for them to win a lot of games. So we'll see. But yeah, that's our Big 12 power rankings, man. We have to get through this weekend's picks really quickly. My wife and kid are dying to hang out. My wife and kid are dying to hang out with me.
They're dying to hang out. They're dying to get some Big Burke nasty action.
Okay, don't say it like that, but yeah, sure. Okay, let's take a look around the Big 12 for Week 6. Houston at TCU. What an ugly game. TCU favored by 16.5, 50.5 over under. I mean, there's no way I could pick Houston to win or to even cover at this point. They've scored 0 points in the last 2 weeks. No. I got TCU winning 34-14.
Can you zoom in a little bit? I can't even see. Okay, no, I'll just. Oh no! You good grief, Steve! You don't need to go that crazy. Yeah, Houston. I think you're probably going to get a touchdown. First touchdown in 8 quarters. I don't know if it'll be in the first quarter, but it'll be in this game somewhere, hopefully. But I do think that TCU is probably going to run them over. I'm going to call TCU probably with like 30. Because TCU's got good passing, Steve. Hoover's actually a good quarterback. I actually think he's good.
Yeah, and Houston, I mean, they gave Iowa State's offense some trouble, so that's why I said 34 instead of 45 or whatever.
I'm gonna say 35. 35-7.
I like that score. Reminds me of the Big 12 championship game in 2003. Okay, West Virginia at Oklahoma State. Man, they do not get a break. They do not get a break. I'm going to go. This is a get-right game for Oklahoma State. They look like complete booty. It's a get-right game for them. Oklahoma State, 33. West Virginia, 28. Weird score, I know.
Damn, actually, well, mine was going to be pretty close to that. I think Oklahoma State's going to get 30, and West Virginia's going to have 24. So it's the under for me.
Yeah, I got the over.
You got the over. That's right, the over.
I got the over and the cover. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, tell your friends, all of that if you guys like what we do, so that we guys can comment.
This is going to be good. This is going to be good, I think.
No. Iowa State's going to win this game.
Dude, I don't know how you can say that after they just barely beat. I mean, I say barely. They were struggling against Houston.
This is a get-right game, even though they're undefeated.
Yeah, this is your first Big 12 game was against the worst team in the Big 12.
41-24 Iowa State. Sorry, I don't mean to keep jumping in front of you there. 41-24. That's a get-right game.
Wow. I don't know about that. I think it's going to be more like probably like 30 to or 20. I'll say like this, 24-21 Iowa State. Iowa State's not putting up them big numbers, dude.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they put up 50-something against Arkansas State, so maybe that was a fluke, though. We'll find out. Very interesting game. Very interesting. Down in Gainesville, UCF at Florida. Golden Knights favored by 3. Over under 61.5. You got to hit that over. They're going to hit the over.
Pray for Florida and Georgia, by the way. I mean, those states are getting
absolutely, and North Carolina for sure.
Yeah. Pray for those states, by the way. They're getting absolutely destroyed by the hurricane. So,
since UCF Um, 38, Florida, 28.
Yeah.
Cover and hit the over. I
I'm
don't know how
going
you could bet. I don't know how you could bet the under on this game.
I think they're both going to hit 40. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I think UCF is going to hit 40. I think Florida probably. I don't know. I've not seen Florida at all. I mean, they don't. From what I heard, they're not impressive. So I don't know. I have not watched any Florida games. This is weird. UCF. Well, I'm just going to throw a number out. 42 to 27.
Okay. Arizona State, 35-10. Just because I hate the school to the east of us.
Yeah, we can never choose Kansas, and they're literally choking at any chance they can. So Arizona State, we'll go 30. K-State 14.
You just said K-State. How dare you get us confused?
Oh, Kansas. Sorry, you know what I mean. Kansas.
That's bad. That's real bad. He's tired. Homeboy's tired.
I am. I've literally been up since 10:30 last night. So
Sun Devils with the win, regardless over the other Kansas
Sun Devils
team.
with the win. Please excuse my gaffe.
Arizona at home against Texas Tech. This could be a fun game. Could be a really fun late night game.
This is gonna 10 o'clock. I'm not watching this game, Steve.
Well, is that 10 o'clock our time? Let me see. What time is the 11 o'clock game? I think it's Central Time, dude. I think that's got to be 10 Central, dude. That's bad. Arizona 48, Texas Tech 28.
Whew. Yeah.
Lots of high scores.
This is Texas Tech's hardest opponent so far.
Oh, by far.
Easily their toughest opponent they've played so far. So if Texas Tech can go in, is this Tucson, right? If they can walk into Tucson, is it Tucson? It's not.
Yeah, it says it right here, bro. It says it right here.
Oh, yeah, I'm blind, dude. I'm really tired right now. If they can walk into Tucson and get the dub, then Texas Tech is for real. But if this is Arizona's first.
I don't see it happening though. It's not going to happen.
The Arizona game. I mean, the Wildcats are playing their home opener for the conference.
First home Big 12 game. So what's your score?
I'll go 33-21 Arizona.
Okay. And that's the look around the Big 12 for week 6. Dude, this was a pretty good show, man. We had lots of interaction with the chat. Lots of people disagreeing with us, which is great to see. I mean, any interaction's good.
Yeah.
There was definitely some trolling happening.
I love the troll. I love the troll.
I wonder about the age of some of the people watching with their vernacular. But we'll see. I'm excited about the K-State game in a week and a half. It is exciting that this weekend, no matter what, we don't have to worry about K-State losing. And I'm excited about next weekend when K-State plays late night in Boulder, which, by the way, I've reached out to a couple of different people. I'm hoping to get Big B, Brian Hanley, on the show either next week or the week after. So
that'll be a lot of fun, man. Brian is pure entertainment. He used to be a K-State lineman back when God dang it,
Michael Bishop.
But yeah, Michael Bishop was the quarterback. He is great company to have, and I don't know. I would love to have him on the show at any point. And if he can get on the show for our Tuesday show, that would be so awesome. It'd be a lot of fun.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like we said earlier, like, subscribe, tell your friends. We're getting close to monetization, so we just need some more people to subscribe. We'll go live again on Sunday to recap the Big 12, man. I'm excited to hang out with you tomorrow. Volleyball practice. It's gonna be fun.
Practice.
And we're gonna have some wins this weekend. Our daughters are on the same volleyball team. We're the coaches, co-head coaches. And we're 3-1. So hopefully we go 5-1. We get 2 more wins this weekend. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I guess there's only one last thing to say, right? What is it?
Go Cats!